Well, to speak to us about the Child Protection Week campaign, we are now joined by UNICEF's Child Protection Chief, Mayke Huijbregt. Mayke, good afternoon and welcome to the show. Thank you so much for making time for us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure.
Tell us about Child Protection Week campaign and the significance thereof.
So Child Protection Week is there every year to shine the light on the poorest and most marginalized children and their risks of violence, abuse, neglect and exploitation. So the Department of Social Development has made this a 365-day program so that every day the rights of children are being recognized. However, this week has particular events to emphasize certain protection needs that certain groups of children have, and to make sure that we advocate for a protective and nurturing environment for all children at all times.
Mm-hmm. And considering COVID-19, what are some of the difficulties that you think children have been facing throughout this period since the start of the pandemic itself, and also all of the lockdowns that countries have had to go into?
Yes, thank you for that question. So what we saw through multiple surveys with NIDS and others, and with the real-time monitoring tracking tool, is that child poverty has deteriorated as well as other multiple deprivations, but that the loss of livelihoods of parents was a major shock in terms of children witnessing distress of caregivers in their home, with more and more people have to struggle to meet their economic. Intimate partner violence statistics went up within the homes, with the distress in the homes augmenting. And often intimate partner violence spills over also on violence against children. And with that, being locked up in the homes, elder children, they can communicate through social media, with WhatsApp and Instagram, etc. But the younger children did not necessarily have a caregiver then to talk to by witnessing and experiencing this stress. So what we saw through Childline data and this real-time tracking tool is that more and more children are reporting higher levels of anxiety, insomnia. 10% of children, child sexual abuse, and those children also reported about intentions to commit suicide. So the levels of anxiety and mental health issues have definitely deteriorated as a result of lockdown and the result of school closure. For a lot of children, the learning journey became interrupted for some time.
Yeah. And speaking about schooling, from some of the conversations that I've had with some parents on the radio show, they speak about having had the ability to spend more time with their children, more than they did before, because the lockdown forcing them to work from home. So is there a positive side to the COVID-19 impact on the family household itself when it comes to the child?
Of course, you know, every situation of chaos has also opportunities. Improved family time is there. Parents becoming involved more intimately in the learning journey of the children, and in many occasions also having to be part of the learning and become a teacher, especially for younger children, help them to move online, etc. So we do also see reports of improved dialogue and interaction in homes. We have been working a lot with podcasts and so on, explaining the need for daily routine, menu, play, dialogue together. The whole agenda of online safety became pertinent because a lot of children started to move on virtual platforms for learning, but also for awareness to embrace the opportunities that this learning provides and opportunities to connect, and also recognize the risks. And for that, it has been very important for parents to dialogue with the children what they are doing online and how they are using the online platforms to augment the learning and social experience.
Mm-hmm. And speaking about that online, what we've seen, of course, as we mentioned now, that you find a lot of children who have been online And back here in South Africa, there was a story in Limpopo of a child who was bullied in school. There was a video that was taken, and the child then later on committed suicide. So this also then speaks to that secondary trauma that the child is experiencing because of social media and videos being taken of them while being tormented.
Correct. So children at risk of violence and abuse in the homes and in the schools setting also often spills over on online protection. And what you saw in the case of Limpopo was very clearly a case whereby a girl had reported feeling unsafe and bullied in the context of the schools. And that was not taken up on time, her complaint of not feeling at ease in the school environment, being bullied by peers. That violence spilled over online with WhatsApp, Instagram harassment. She then blocked this girl in order to no longer feel harassed. And therefore she then got beaten up because the girl was angry that she had been blocked on her social platforms. So there is a very close link that children themselves are aware on how to navigate the online space in a safe way. Identify when you do gaming, when you socialize online, to whom you talk, why you talk to them, how long you spend online, and then positively for learning, and be very careful what kind of images you put from yourself on social media in order for you not to become further harassed or exploited in any negative manner. Also to safeguard your data, not to give your data to anyone, not to post any sensitives of yourself, to safeguard yourself, and discuss with peers, older siblings, how do I do this, how do I do that? These networks, they evolve very fast, and it is important to be on top of how to navigate them and look at other mentors who can help. Talk to your parents how you use the net, so that they are aware, and to whom you talk to, so that you don't get stalked, exploited and harassed through the net, but that you can embrace the full opportunities to do research, to learn, and to be connected safely to your social network.
Mayke, thank you so much for your time. That is Mayke Huijbregt, UNICEF's Child Protection Chief. Really appreciate your time.